guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the very first thing that you should be taking into account, the very first thing you should be doing once you have decided that you want to gain an education abroad. So in order to gain an international experience, different people might have different criteria. They might tell you to actually go out and start studying for the tests or start doing things that you shouldn't even do maybe. But first things first, you should actually start the process, I think, bottom up. At the end, you are going to be going to a university, right? Now, before you even start preparing for your exams, before you even start thinking about the GRE, GMAT or SATs or TOEFL or whatever it is, you need to understand exactly what you are getting yourself into. So the first step, and the very first step, is actually going to the universities, shortlisting them, and then starting your process. Alright, so that you understand exactly what you are going to be dealing with when you're going to be registering or when you're going to be really doing anything of that sort once you are done with your exams, because there's a whole lot of processes that you need to complete, but no one is really ready for them. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly the way that you should be doing this, and if you do this, if you follow this advice, I can help you make sure that you will actually go through the process as smoothly as you can. Really, no one will go through the process as smoothly as you will. Alright, so let's quickly hop onto the computer and let's understand how you should go about it. Alright guys, now in order to actually see what we are getting ourselves into, first off we want to select the universities. That is the most important part, and a lot of people don't even tell you about it because frankly a lot of people don't know about it. But the first thing you should do is select the universities. So let's suppose that you are going for a degree which is, let's say, business based, or you could say computer science based. It could be anything really. So just check this for your own self and really repeat this process as I'm going through it. I'm going to be doing it for, let's say, bachelor's in computer science, and you're going to be going for it. Alright, let's say. Okay, or maybe let's go for master's in computer science. Alright, master's in computer science, and you're going to be writing, actually let me write over here, master's in computer science, and you're going to be saying university ranking, let's say. Well, there's a lot of places you could go for. There's US, Canada, Australia, probably Germany even. So depending on your criteria, wherever you are going for, doesn't matter. These process should be the same. Alright, you want to go bottom up and not top down. Alright, so let's say we're going for USA. Let's go for USA, and in this case you will see a whole lot of websites over here, but you want to go ahead and select US News in case it is available. Otherwise, go for whatever website that comes out on top. But over here we're gonna go for the US News website, and let's see. They've done an awesome job of ranking the universities. Again, do not decide your universities solely based on their ranking. That is something that I will urge you to stay away from. But you should definitely be in the know when it comes to which university you will be targeting. Alright, now a very safe number to play the game is, let's say, 7 or 8 universities. So you want to apply to 7 or 8 universities. Sometimes it can go up to 10, 11, or you can even keep it up to 5. Alright, but that depends. And also, by the way, the more number of universities you apply to, the more money it will cost you, because not only will you be paying for the application fee, but you will also be paying for the fees of sending your scores. For instance, sending your GRE scores, sending your SAT scores, sending your TOEFL scores, sending your IELTS scores, all of that. Whatever exams that you take, you have to send your scores to the university, and per university you will be paying an average of, let's say, $20 or $25. Alright, so please do remember to take that account as well, in account as well. And in case you are an international student, you would be paying anywhere from, let's say, $40 to $50 for each university, because you'll have to send 2 scores. That is your English language test score, that may be TOEFL or IELTS, plus the other test that you might be taking for your degree, which is either the SAT or the GMAT or the GRE. Right? So all of that has to be taken into account. Alright, now let's look at the universities. We can see that we have CMU, MIT, Stanford, and UCB, and all these universities, and we have a lot of universities over here. You'll see, but first off, you want to know your own profile. You know that you have a great GPA. You know you have a great command over your English. You know you can score great marks on these tests like the TOEFL. Now you want to shortlist some of these universities and you want to create that list. Alright, now I'm not saying you'll get to that list of 5 or 7 universities in the first go. In the first go you might have 20 universities or 30 universities, and then you kind of strike these off, some of those off, because you know that these do not fit in your criteria, so you just keep striking them off. Alright, let's look at some university. Let's say the safe game to play over here is to actually go for 2 ambitious universities or maybe 3 ambitious universities, go for 2 moderate ones, and go for 1 or 2 safe ones. Alright, in that way you will have had like 6 or 7 universities. But again, when you're just starting out, do not really aim for that 6 or 7 or 8 number. Just go for as many universities as you like, and then I'll tell you exactly how to go forward with this. Alright, so let's suppose that you like universities, like you have a great GPA, and now you wanna target some of the best universities in the world. Alright, so let's say you have Stanford University, and now you're gonna go onto your Excel sheet. And by the way, this is something that you should have. Just take this into account. Alright, university, course. Hopefully you're clear about your course and you're applying to the same course at each university. In that case, you do not need this column. Then the average scores required. Let me talk about this column in a bit. Alright, other requirements, again, the university might have different requirements, and some of those might not be something that you might understand very commonly. That might be something that is very different. Some universities ask you to do a video interview, or some universities ask you to do a video and submit it on the portal itself before you start your application process, alright, or before you submit your application. Alright, so decision, you again do not need this unless you actually want to track down what is your decision. I highly recommend tracking it down over here. Then there's the deadline. This is the most important column probably, and this list should be sorted by the deadline column itself. Alright, then you can say this is what is this? This is the starting. Alright, this is just a column I made for in case the application has started or not. Sometimes the applications do not start, or maybe you're aiming for the next year, or you could say that this is like 2019 right now, and maybe you're aiming for fall 2020. In that case, the applications haven't even started right now, so you shouldn't really worry about it. But I like to keep track of everything, so I would keep track of that and I would write it down over here in the starting process. Alright, in the starting column. Now you can also track the universities, and you can also rate them as ambitious, moderate, and easy on the basis of the university itself. Like you can see the rankings, and on the basis of that, and you can also check the acceptance rates. For instance, let's say I want to check the acceptance rate of Stanford, right? Stanford MSCS acceptance rate. Okay. Alright, so let's do that and let's see what is the acceptance rate. And it is approximately, alright, this is for MIT actually. You're probably gonna have to go on to the Stanford website. They might have a class profile and they might help you with that. But for most universities, Google will help you out. But if MIT is 6%, I'm kind of assuming that Stanford is also around 6% itself. Alright, so do not worry about that a lot. Hopefully you can find something on the FAQ section. Maybe you can, maybe you cannot, but again, that's your own research. Per university you need to do that. I'm not going to be doing that over here. Alright, so you can also track that down, and on the basis of that you can have exactly where you stand for the university. Is it ambitious for you? Is it moderate? Is it easy? Now, SOP. You can track down which universities SOP have you completed over here. You could write down complete or pending. On the basis of that, you know that alright, these are the universities I have completed the statement of purpose for, and these are the universities I need to do it for. Again, you can also mention some special requirements, because a lot of universities, almost every university will have a different word limit, a different kind of, let's say, different kind of questionnaire. So all these things you need to take into account. Alright, so there's that. And then you have Gre Toefl Scores. Again, this is to tag down in case you have sent your scores or not. Alright, because it's, of course you can go on to the portal itself for the GRE website or the GMAT website or the TOEFL website to see where you have sent your scores. But I recommend writing them down over here, that you can write, alright, these are the universities I've sent my scores to, and these are the universities I need to send my scores to. Alright, okay, great. Now these are just some more supplementary columns. You don't really need them. Online form, this is just a link to the form. You can mention the link over here. Then there's the contact info of the university. Then there's the, let's say, program duration. How long is the program? Is it 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. Alright, requirements, you can have some special requirements again over here. Advisor, in case you like some professor that you would love to work with, you can mention his name over here and probably a link to his website, so that you can just go on quickly and you don't have to do a search every time. Alright, so these are just some more supplementary columns. But again, let's say that you like a university, you mention its name over here. Alright, then the course is MSCS, then the average scores required. You can actually go on to the Stanford website and you can see that, alright, the average scores, depending on your actual test, or maybe depending on your course, you might have different kinds of tests. Alright, so in this case, for MSCS, I know you'll have to take the GRE and you'll have to take the TOEFL. Right? So you could write something like that, you just go on and check out the class profile of the university, and you can check out exactly what is the average score of the accepted applicants for each year. Alright, so maybe you can see that it is like 325 for this year, and the TOEFL score is probably 115. Alright, so just check these out and write these down, and then make sure that when you take your test, you aim for the score. Alright, and by the way, in case you do not get that score, and by the way, this is why I'm saying this is the first thing that you should do. So if you do not get that score, you can just strike this university off of that list. Alright, or maybe if you want to still aim for it, you can do that, but a lot of universities will be striked off just by making sure that you fit in that correct range of scores that these guys are looking for. Alright, so this is again one thing that you can do. Other requirements, again, on the portal itself, you can check that out. Decision, deadline, all these things you need to know with the dates and everything. Okay, after that, let's say you've selected probably 2 or 3 universities you would like to go to. You've filled this out, like the whole thing, you've filled it out. Alright, now you want to actually go on and you want to check out the portal. Now let's say you want to start with UIUC, University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Well, let's do that. UIUC MSCS application, apply. In case you have already filled it out, you might even have the link to the application right over here, but again, in case you do not, well, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. Let's see, this is the link, and you go over here for the apply section, and they're going to ask you to apply. Now this is important, by the way. Even if you're going for fall 2020 or fall 2021 or spring 2020, whenever you are going for, alright, just make sure that you actually start the application. Just open the portal. Don't really do anything about it. Don't fill it up completely maybe, but open the portal and get used to exactly what you're going to be dealing with. Alright, so we're going to go to apply now, and we're going to check the portal itself. We're going to check exactly how it looks and really what it's doing. Alright, so log in to continue your application. Create an account if you are starting a new application. Let's create an account. Alright, okay, let's give in our email address. Let's say I will give in my email address over here. Let's say, okay, now my first name and my birth date. Okay, cool. So let's say this is the whole thing that you wanted to fill out. Now you click on continue, and you will have, alright, you need to fill in a temporary pin over here. Now I'll check my phone for that because I don't want to open up my email again over here. So I have the temporary pin. It's, let's see, it's 06 15 18 110. Alright, so I filled the temporary pin. Now I need to enter my birth date again. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, and now I'm going to click on login. Alright, so my profile has now been created. Now I just need to create my password. So I can create whatever password I like. So probably gonna give it something stupid here over here. Alright, okay, alright, maybe I messed something up. They need one capital letter as well. Alright, so we've filled up the password, and we can set the password, and we can start our application. Now we haven't started our application yet, so now over here we're gonna choose the 2019 graduate college application. Doesn't matter if you're going for 2019 or 2020, just start the application like I said for every university you want to aim for. Alright, because this is important. You're gonna get the gist of what are the questions that they're going to ask you, and you're gonna be prepared for it. Alright, even if you are in your first year and you're aiming to go in 3 years later, this is going to help you, and this will guide you to exactly know what you need to do to better your profile. So you will see the questions that are asked over here, and obviously those questions are asked because those questions matter to the university, right? So since those questions matter to the university, of course you are going to be in a position so much better off, and you will have so much more experience, and you will know exactly what to do in the next 2 or 3 years just by looking at this portal. And that is something that no one really tells you about. This is an amazing idea, and you need to actually check out the application portal before you even start your preparation for your exams. I recommend that, I highly do. Alright, so let's open up the application, 2019 graduate college application. Alright, now we have all of these things that they need filled up, and you can check these out, you can read all of this. Alright, I'm just going to click continue over here because I've already read it and I've already done all of that. Alright, so again, some of the information that they're asking for, alright, you can look at that. Okay, great. And then the residency and the program. After you select the program, you will actually see that a lot of these things, they get added, like on the left that you have this home instructions, personal information, more columns will be added over here, and you will be able to see, like, they'll ask you for some more information. Okay, so you can add your program, and you can even check your test scores. They need test scores, they need references, they need signature. Alright, so of course by doing this you can also check out how many references they need, and then on the basis of that you can actually just decide who your references will be, even if it is 2 or 3 years later down the line. Okay, now for the program, they're gonna see, okay, we're not a current or previous employee. No. Have you ever applied or attended any campus? No, I have not. Okay, proposed program of study. Alright, so let's select something, let's say computer science maybe. Okay, and we're gonna select computer science, and then okay, it's pretty slow. Then it's gonna ask you your degree. Which course are you going for? Now exactly you need to know which one you're going for. Or let's say it's masters, or it's bachelor science, masters combined. It could be anything. Let's say masters in this case. We're gonna select that, and it's pretty slow again. If admitted. Now see, you have more and more questions over here, and you will see that if admitted, above selected master's degree, do you intend to continue for a doctoral degree? Now this might be different for your case, right? So I'm just going to select whatever I think is fine for me. Alright, research areas, interests, and all these things you can select, multiple ones you can select, okay, depending on your interests. Then faculty, they're asking you for the faculty. So see, you get the idea that you need to go out and research the faculty. You need to know exactly who your work is aligning with, and then you need to mention their name. Okay, so, or who you're interested in working with. Okay, so you can select these faculty members, and then you can just indicate if you're eligible for an application fee waiver. Maybe I'm not in this case, so I'm just going to click continue. By the way, now you will see that some options will be added over here on the left side of the panel, where they ask you for a resume and a personal statement. This is something that wasn't mentioned before. Right now they're asking you for academics, they're asking you for test scores. Alright, now they're asking you for all of these test scores. You should read about it, and you should know exactly which scores you need to send to. So that's how you will know that this is the test you need to take. And the more universities you do it for, the more you will realize that, alright, this is the common test that every university is asking for, so this is something I need to go for. Right, so check that out. Okay, then you have your resume, your personal statement, all of these instructions. Just familiarize yourself with these so that you know exactly how you have to frame your statement as well, and you can even start today. You should read about this, and you get to know the idea, right? Then you actually go on to references. So really the point is that you actually go onto the portal and you learn that all of this information is being asked for, and you learn how many recommenders. You just get a gist of the whole process. You go bottom up. Alright, now you know everything, and now you can note down all of these details over here, whatever they're asking for, special requirements, deadlines, all of these things, you can note them down. Right, so this is probably the most important step, and a lot of people just skip through this step and they start preparing for the exams. Sometimes they don't even know which exams they have to take, but they just start preparing because their friend is preparing for the exam. So do not do that. I request you to actually go forward with something that is proven to work, and this is, trust me guys, this will work for you if you actually put in the time. Alright, in case you are going for a degree next year or maybe even this year, then try this. This should be the first thing that you should be doing before you actually even start your preparation. Alright, that's probably all I wanted to share with you guys in this video. Again, make this document, this Excel sheet, and keep track of it, because it is so much more important than you realize right now. It will help you loads. Okay, And also, you can make it a little bit fancier. You can do a lot of things, like, for instance, I want to say, when I write ambitious, it should, let me just do this. For instance, I want to go here on the home page, and I want to have some, all right, just select this column. I want to have conditional formatting, and I want to have, well, highlight cells equal to ambitious. Okay, if it is ambitious, I want it dark red, you could say. All right, if it is easy, I could, or safe, whatever it is, whatever you want to write, it could be, again, select this thing, and you can go on to conditional formatting again, and you can choose the equal to one, and you could say that it is going to be green. Okay, so whenever you now write ambitious, this one is ambitious again, so it's red. All right, so basically you can see that you can make it a little more prettier, and you can make it a little more easier to understand, and good to look at. But again, this list will be so much more invaluable than you realize right now. All right, and I'm building a website for you guys where you can actually, I really have two kinds of vocations. I do teaching mostly, and mostly it is about this process, the SOP writing, the whole process and everything. You can go onto my website for that. Or if you are interested in generating a passive income and having an investment, really, investing is so important right now, and you guys do not realize it, but I will help you understand that someday, sooner or later. All right, but if you are interested in investing your money and growing slowly, but sooner or later you will have a huge sum of money, well, in that case, you can actually go on to my website again, and it's in creation right now. We're doing that, we're actually making it right now. So as soon as it is up, I will put the link on my Instagram bio, so make sure to follow me over there. Right, and I hope this video helps you out. In case you have any doubts whatsoever, do comment down below or reach out to me on Instagram, where I'm most likely to reply. All right, great talking to you. If you stick around to the end, I love you guys, and really subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and let's see you next time.